Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News and happy Friday. It's trivia night. And have a great weekend, folks. It's going to be hot, pretty hot. Boy, they're even talking power outages, brownouts. We do not have the facilities to be able to handle what is being used for this heat. Um, so there we go. Karen, are you ready for trivia tonight? Um, right off, um, we um I expected this. I really did expect it. Jill Biden's ex-husband alleges very dangerous Biden crime family has come after him for 35 years to keep him quiet. His name is Bill Stevenson. He did not mince words when it came to the Biden family in a scathing interview with Newsmax on Thursday. And with the host Greg Kelly, if you guys want to try to look it up, um, her new family for all manner of shady dealings, threats, coercion, bribery, maintain power at all costs. He calls it the Biden crime family doing the same thing, or at least trying to do the same thing. Um, and he says it's not just them, it's the whole political elite. He couldn't stand it anymore. I needed someone just to listen to me and tell them what has happened to me because I got on the wrong side of the Biden family. What? Being the ex? And I know we don't like our exes, but we don't torment them for 35 years. Good God. Went after him for one thing or another, targeting him, including a $8,000 car charge on a vehicle owned by a business he sold. Went after parts of his family, friends, coworkers. He says it's been tragic. I can't let them do this to a president that he did respect. I can't let them do this to the country. That's why he decided to come forward. This is the only reason he came forward. And it's nothing about the divorce. He doesn't even have any bitterness on it. He said that Francis Biden apparently threatened him in the immediately after the divorce. Um, they do this. This is par for the course. And who are we talking about? The political elite. Well, I had to look back and I asked Linda Ives one time, who knows about the boys on the track? Who knows the Clintons ordered for these boys to be killed? Well, she said she gave me a long list, and I had to dig it up. But get this: it's Janet Reno, Louis Free, Mueller, Joe Biden, Nadler, Pelosi, Maxine Waters, Schumer, Adam Schiff, Dianne Feinstein, Leahy, Dick Durbin, Kissinger, George Bush, uh, Kerry, John Kerry, Fauci, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Asa Hutchinson, maybe even Bill Barr, and all those that attended the Iran Contra hearing. They all still know about this. I throw mud at Nadler a lot, but that's a list, and they're in the same power. The same people that are trashing Trump want to go after him. Mueller, look at what he did. Look at what Adam Schiff did. Did the same thing. Same thing. They knew about the boys on the track. They knew the Clintons ordered the deaths of the boys on the track. Oh boy. They're evil. They're evil. They're bullies. They get together. They're working with um, Klaus Schwab and others, World Economic Forum. to take our country down. Why? I thought we were number one and great. You'd think they would want us as a world power and work with them. No, they're wanting to go towards China. Ugh, who wants to be with China? All right. I want to make sure that my trivia. Oh boy, I got issues tonight with trivia. I don't even have a trivia board. So, and I reset everything, and I don't know what's wrong. It's probably my computer, or it could be Ducky Stream. So I'm going to have to read them all to you and read them. I'll read them a few times. You just won't have the board, and you have to look at my mug. Not the mug I got for coffee, but my mug. Yeah. All right. And it's multiple choice. It's a little hard, a little easy, a little bit of everything. Uh, wow. The guy with the Eagles, take it to the limit, died. I'm still trying to get over that one because I really did like the Eagles. I mean, I think I have most of their albums. Between that and Chicago and uh, Peter Frampton, I had a big thing for Peter Frampton and all of Van Halen. Yeah, you guys know where I went for my concerts. Back, um, Jim Jordan released his Facebook files revealing bad emails that they did. Now I'm one. I can vouch for this. That they were going after people that mentioned certain keywords, and the keywords came from the Biden administration. And I can't even say them. I still can't say them. It was uh, everything that with the pandemic, everything about voting, everything about um, um, oh goodness, they had a lot of key things, and none of them. I tried really hard to be able to report the news without mentioning these, and now there's lawsuits against Facebook for this. Um, I know that this program is on Facebook, so I don't know what they'll do to me for talking about this news article that came from the Western Journal. The White House alleged interference and censoring posts on Facebook and Instagram. It wasn't just them; it was YouTube too. It was Twitter. This report came from the Daily Wire, and Ohio. It came after Ohio Republican threatened to hold Meta um, and Mark Zuckerberg in contempt of Congress. A standoff seemed to have prompted the disclosure of what Jim Jordan, the Facebook files. And there's more to come on this. We had Elon Musk that um, ousted Twitter. We need somebody to oust what was going on with Facebook, because I would, and YouTube would, and if you go Facebook and if you go YouTube, you're talking Google, because I had eventually over Mrs. Claus, I had to call Google for YouTube. So it was Google that did it to me. And so I think it's about time the truth be heard. And we are moving into a new phase of finally people standing up in Congress and Senate and saying enough is enough. And it's the younger ones. The older ones, we've talked about the old guys last night, and they're just not. They have been laying dormant for almost a decade, and letting the Democrats just go through and change everything that they want to change. And we even have Democrats. So many Democrats are changing parties. They are going independent. It's not necessarily want to be GOP or Republican or conservative. They are jumping on independent, which is okay. Let them choose what they want to choose, but don't lie and deceive them. Don't lie and deceive your own voters. and it's all over inflation. And we heard yesterday that inflation is back up again. It's on the rise. Um, now, if you are in New Mexico, and then I'll do some trivia after this. Um, New Mexico taxpayer funded hotline. Um, it refers to women to satanic temple abortion centers. So it was a satanic temple that you could go have abortions at safely. But of course, they would send you home with a brochure of satanic stuff. Um, there's nothing like funding child murder and satanic rituals using government money. Now, yeah, and see, the whole thing, folks, is, and this is what I want to address. It's not that the Republicans don't want abortions, like, and nobody, it's oh, you're bad. No, they are allowing it to certain weeks, to a certain amount of weeks. And if you have a baby that's just not going to make it, is going to have deformities, also rape victims, they will go ahead and do it. I don't know why everybody wants to push it after birth. And when you tell a Democrat that, they're like, no, I don't. That's what it's about. But I'm not going to go any further with that because I'll get hate mail. Yeah, they come after me bad on the abortion thing. So, all right. Oh man, I hate that my thing doesn't work today. All right. So taekwondo. Taekwondo is a type of what? This is the first trivia question. Taekwondo is a type of what? We'll see if y'all know this one. And a lot of these, I didn't even know the answer to, so I'm not going to be able to help you on some of them. This one I could, but I'm not going to. I'm mean on the first question. Taekwondo is a type of what? All right, now I got to get my sheet and my papers flipped around here. I had to write that list down of those Clinton killers or the Clinton people. That's so sad. And if you're new to our show and you haven't seen The Boys on the Track, please watch it on YouTube and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Um, all right. So, Taekwondo is the type of what? We might get done early tonight. Um, and the answer is martial arts. Oh, Beth, you playing with your friends tonight? And the answer is martial arts. Yeah, what William said. William, Karen's poking you. I think she threw the spaghetti noodle on your side of the table. All right, on to the next one. And I'll try to keep a few of them, and get the answers, and then go on to some news. All right, next one. Fencing is a sport involving what? Oh, this is an easy one. Everybody knows this. Fencing is a sport involving what? I wish it would. I don't know why it's not loading on my page. Williams on it tonight. Yeah. But see now, if Beth has her friends over tonight, then it's 3 against 1, William. You got to watch out for that. They're all peeking at your sheet. Yeah, they're looking at your answers. Where's Linda tonight? Linda's late. Normally she's in here. I'm voting on Linda tonight, and then she didn't come. I was thinking she would get these tonight. All right, so fencing is a sport involving what? And the answer is swords. The answer is swords. So, I don't like this whole New Mexico taxpayer funded. See, and I realize that I had to go back to that because I got to remind you that they're using government money for this. They're getting funding for this. The Satanic temple is in New Mexico. Um, Now this is no big surprise, and I suspect if Russia's part of Paris Accord, they're going to be bailing too. But China abandons the Paris climate agreements, and of Jinping says America should be so lucky. And they've been doing some reshuffling lately. Now, in a move should come as a surprise to no one, China has abandoned the Paris climate agreements. It was a bad week for anybody who thought China would cooperation on emissions reductions, since many of our own government have went over and spoke to them on this. As soon as the last one left, Jinping said, he decided he was going to back out of the Paris climate agreements. Uh, that's a gimme there. So I guess that um, Kerry got his answer. It's a no. Um, John Kerry didn't get his way again. But was John Kerry over there doing emissions, climate emissions, or was he doing business? Because we're finding out more and more that this administration, all of them, seem to be having businesses over in China. But that's where the money is at right now. All right, on to the next one. Uh, Comer reveals new damning info about Biden and offshore accounts. Well, as soon as they turned over Joe Biden and Hunter Biden in these offshore accounts, lo and behold, guess what? Oh yeah, more indictments on Trump. Now, why are they going after his valet guys? The guys that park his cars. I think it's that a housekeeper, a cook, and I believe their maintenance guy. So now they're going after their workers. Now, isn't that what Jill Biden's husband, ex-husband, said? They start going after family members. They go after coworkers. The same thing. Same thing. This has been repeated over and over and over again since 1998. This has been going on with these people, all of them. It don't matter if it's Pelosi, they go after you. If it's Feinstein, they go after you. Maxine Waters, oh, they really do. What happened to Maxine Waters and Freeway Ricky? Thought she was on their side. What about Jackson Lee? And there's a whole bunch of them. It don't matter whether it's Department of Justice, the FBI, all of them. And I call them the political elite now. They're all going to go after you and your families if you go against them. And Jill Biden, you know what? She's no better than anybody in the thug world. If she's going to go after her ex-husband, um, she's no better than they are. I thought she was kind of pulling away from that, but I guess not. Let's get her ex-husband, they say. All right, let's do some more trivia. Okay, in football, how long is the entire field? How many yards? How many yards is the entire field? Matt B. William knows. Why can't he delete his? Yeah, I think this is all. They're not doing it. They're not taking none of this to court till after the elections, and then it's all pretty much all going to be thrown out. But it's just the damage the Republican Party. That's what I think it is. Hey, there's Linda. Linda 4. Linda, are we having issues still? Um, that's Linda in Illinois, right? Or is it Linda G? You have to let us know so I can put your initial next to it. All right. So In football, how long is the entire field in yards? Let's see if anybody knows the answer. All right, so Linda in Illinois. Okay. I just got to make sure because the other Linda G's having issues too. A lot of people, I don't know why they're blocking my show on YouTube. Well, yeah, I know. William's like, William's throwing popcorn at me. You know why they're blocking you. It's the stuff you say. Yeah, it's not my jokes. They probably get a kick out. I think they watch just to hear me crack them up on my weather and lifestyle news. So, all right. So, what is the answer? I think everyone. Um, I think everyone. Does anybody know the answer? What's 1760, Beth? Oh, Beth's changing her answer. And the answer, and you guys can't see this. I'm the only one who can see the answers. But she's right. It's 120 yards. Oh, yikes. I thought it was 100 too. I thought, okay, 50-50. Yeah, yeah, I know football. Not. The answer is 120 yards, folks. All right, we're going to go to the next one and I'll do some more. I'm probably going to run out of news before I run out of trivia. The year you were born was 1760. I want what Beth's drinking. Total yards. Year you were born, 120. Yeah, I know when you were born, so I'm lost. I'm lost. All right. Which affordable coffee brand? Now listen to this. Which affordable coffee brand began using the slogan, good to the last drop, in its advertising since the early 1900s? Good to the last drop was what? Coffee. Let's see if y'all remember that one. All right. So, um, um, Diane Feinstein, she's still got to sit in her seat and she's still got to ask questions. And they of course, they write them out for her. And they say, well, if she's asked anything or told anything, they lean forward and they told her, just say A, yeah, or yes. Don't answer questions. Don't say nothing. Just yes. A, yeah. A. Okay, so we got Folger, Folgers, Williams on the outs. Uh, don't change no answers, folks. Leave it there. Good to the last drop was, oh boy, uh, Maxwell House. Maxwell House. Folger was always a feel good people that came into your house. Those weird people that you hadn't seen in like 10 years or 5 years, and they show up at your house and you wake up and they're in your kitchen with coffee. But you're glad to see them. All right. Um, Linda, you didn't get in there. Oh, yeah, you did. I had to scroll back up. Oh, goodness. I had tacos for lunch, and it's just not agreeing with me. They got a taco for life or something here, and I'm going to go back to Taco Bell. Yeah, Taco Bell just throws the meat and the lettuce on there, and I could deal with that and the cheese. All right. Uh, the dog's trying to get in. All right, next question. Which credit card company is known for their Satyrian logo? Told their card holders, don't leave home without it in the 70s. So the card company that used the motto, don't leave home without it. Who is it? There's some of these in here. I still got a lot more stuff. All right. So Feinstein, I don't know why they're holding on to her. They need to let her go. They're leading her around. I mean, worse. She's way worse than Joe Biden. Um, uh, it's better to live on cherry Coke. No, I gotta have my coffee. Coffee. Yeah, coffee. All day coffee. Yeah. Okay, so they're having to lead her around, and she's way worse, folks. And now they're just telling her if you're asked a question, just nod your head, say A or yes. Okay. Oh boy, we got some problems with Dianne Feinstein, and they're all getting up there. Just as we seen the Eagles band member at 80 or 77, Mick Jagger at 80. These folks are getting old, and if we need to get in a group of politicians that are at least 60 and below. Um, and not to be mean, because there's a lot of good ones out there that are over 60 to 70. But I don't know. It's like last night, term limits, age limits, something needs to be done so we don't have um, a senator that's lost in the closet. All right. So which credit card? I'm going to get back to this. Let's see. We got MasterCard and American Express. Let's see which one it is. Don't leave home without it is American Express. American Express. These are some of these aren't so easy. I don't know any of these. I mean, I was guessing. I mean, I should say I wasn't even guessing. I was waiting for the answer because I didn't have a clue. And I couldn't remember what I put there this morning. I do these early in the morning before coffee. All right. The cheese brand from Wisconsin has used several slogans throughout its existence, such as "We're real cheese," "Taste the real difference," and "Just say cheese." So this is a cheese out of Wisconsin. So if you know your cheeses and you know your brands, you might know this one. Land of fruits and nuts. Yeah. Yeah, now McConnell, he froze the other day. I think he was having a stroke. I think they're just not admitting to it. I think he was having a stroke because he was gone. I mean, he wasn't looking. It almost didn't look like he was breathing. He was just there. So I don't know. Um, all right, so I'll read this. Repeat. Okay, the cheese brand from Wisconsin has used several slogans. So it's a brand of cheese, such as "We're real cheese people," "Taste the real difference," and "Just say cheese." So it's a cheese brand out of Wisconsin. So it's not going to be Kraft or um, it's going to be a brand of cheese. So I hopefully you heard that. It's easier when it's in front of you guys. I wonder if it's. It won't come up. Land of the Lakes. I don't know. This one I can't remember. It's. Oh, they did give a hint that I can give you. It is a part of the name is a rank in the services. Part of the name. It says Wisconsin. Now, oh, I didn't never heard of the cheese that pops. I guess they're called cheese curds or something like that. Um, um, I didn't have any clue. I didn't have any clue. I mean, you'd have to, I guess, live up there around. Wisconsin, Michigan, up around in there, I guess. I have no. Um, um, I wouldn't know. All right, so here we go with the answer. Just say cheese is Sargento. Sargento. I had no clue. I was thinking Kraft. The California Cows was my next one. Um, I couldn't think of any other brand after that. You tell Ellie buys Kraft. It must be the sergeants. Yes, remember I said it was a military rank. That was the. They did give me a hint with that one, so I remembered the hint. I just couldn't remember the name, and I was like, yeah. Yeah, Karen's saying it was a stroke, a mini stroke that McConnell had. All right, I'm going to go on to the next one. Um, we're about halfway through the show. So, all right. In the 1990s, a what? Oh, you guys are all going to get this one. Let's see who can type it in the fastest. In the 1990s, a watch company revived its slogan, "It takes a licking and keeps on ticking." You guys know that one. Let's see who gets it first, though. Democrats, it wasn't so bad when Jill and Joe and Hunter and all them were acting like they didn't have the the baby here in Arkansas, the grandchild. But now it's not just them; it's all the Democrats. And Jeffries was even. Oh, I don't know about no other kid on to the reporters. Now the reporters are even, and the media are now starting to. They don't have another one. Why? And this is sad because I've met people that won't recognize stepchildren. It's if it's not to the person they're married to. But what if you get remarried and they have kids? Do you what? You just don't get them gifts or what? You don't recognize them? They're still your grandkids. And if they end up divorced, um, then what do you do? But the Biden family is now. I think they've bullied the media and other Democrats into not recognizing this child. It's their grandchild. It's their blood. It's I, I don't know about Jill's blood, but it's Joe Biden's blood. And it's shameful. I even met somebody in a long list of friends that said, "Oh, that's step." So what? What you're not going to get them gifts on Christmas? What are you going to do? Give it to your grandchild? Not they'll probably go home with the other folks. What if they don't? Come on, let's be nice. Let's not throw lemons at the Christmas tree. No, just get them something. If you don't want to spend money on much money, then don't. But get them something. Color book and crayons is good. All right. I know every one of you guys got this one now. All right. So we know that the answer to it takes a licking, it keeps on ticking is Timex. Yeah. See, I told you there's some easy ones in here y'all would get. All right. And the next one. Most kitchens are equipped with at least one paring knife. What does pair or paring mean? What's the act of a paring knife? This one's easy too. I know you guys will get it. It's not stabbing people with. No, no stabbing people with a paring knife. All right. Um, the U.S. Forest Service has now claimed that the fires that are out of control in New Mexico was done by them, the U.S. Forest Service. Um, they said that in their investigation, they did find out that it burned 60 square miles of almost reached Los Alamos. This was in April 2022 under dry conditions. And 20,000 people were forced to evacuate. And they said after the investigation, and they've looked into everything on it, it was the U.S. Forest Service that sparked this fire. So, all right. I think everybody's going to get this one too. And the answer is, to remove the peeling or outer skin to peel. There you go. All right, on to the next question. Oh boy, this is a long one. All right, listen up. I'm going to have to read this 2-3 times. Spanish and Portuguese spiced with paprika, giving the meat a distinctive red color and flavor. A Mexican variation uses chili peppers instead. It's a type of sausage. What is it? I remember now. All right, I'll read it again. Spanish and Portuguese. They spice with paprika, giving the meat a distinctive red color and flavor. A Mexican variation uses chili peppers instead. This is what type of sausage? Now, if I got to read it again, I will, so you guys totally get it. Oh boy, there are 53 restaurant chains now that are going to be closing before Christmas, and it's like Applebee's. It's oh my gosh, folks, you would not. When I went through the list, I was just Applebee's is one. Carrabba's Italian Grill, Sbarro, Ruby Tuesday, Crystal, Bar Louie, Houlihan's, Hooters. Well, I could do without Hooters. Boston Market, Papa John's, Golden Corral, Ponderosa Steakhouse, Steak and Shake, Joe's Crab Shack, Noodles and Company, Old Country Buffet, Cheesecake Factory, TGI Fridays, Red Robin, Friendly's, Qdoba, Buffalo Wild Wings, Checkers and Rallies, Jack in the Box, Roy Rogers, Baja Fresh, Fuddruckers, O'Charlie's. The list goes on and on and on, folks. But not all of them. Now, I'm not saying all of them are going to close down. They're saying 20 to 50% of those restaurants will close their chains. All right, so I think everybody, I think everybody got this one right too. Okay, so chorizo is correct. Chorizo is correct. And after I read it, then I remembered what the answer was from this morning. And I don't always remember the answer. Sometimes I totally, because I do so many of them, and I make these. So, all right. Which type of dance is done using metal on the soles of your shoes? This is an easy one. Y'all know this one. Which type of dance is done using metal on the soles of your shoes? So these restaurants, and I'm not saying all of these are closing down completely. I'm just saying they're saying some are. They said some 20% of them, some are 25, and some are 50. It just depends on where you live. Illinois, California, Illinois, New York, and Washington and Oregon. So it's all that's been having these riots. All the places that have been having riots is the places that are losing these businesses. Wow, that's a lot. 50%. If 50%, if that's the case, I'm hearing noises. Must be the dog outside the door. Um, um, but that tells you where our economy is going. That inflation is so horrible. But a lot of the New York restaurants that they're going to ban the gas ovens, but they have to close down because that's what they use, and they can't afford to take out their gas in order to bring in all brand new equipment because they're barely making it now. A pizza restaurant, brick oven pizzas uh, type, use gas. So they're just really, this administration is just tearing us up. All right, so the answer is tap. Answer is tap. Tap dancers or tap dancing. All right. Oh boy, this is going to be a hard one unless you know UK or well, I'll just read it. Who was the first living person to be shown on a postage stamp? Now, this was issued in 1840 in the UK, known as the penny black. Now, I had no clue with this answer. I was like, I don't know. One of you might get it, and maybe all of you are going to be like me, and I don't know. So, who was the first living person to be shown on a postage stamp? This was issued in 1840 in the UK, known as the penny black. Ah, don't Google that one. Um, now, North Korea, now I was surprised at this because Russian and Chinese delegates joined North Korea. They were doing this um, anniversary thing that me and William has talked about. But Kim at the parade showing his newest missiles and sporting what he is going to be shooting next. And this is a marking the anniversary, and with a show of defiance against the United States. Um, he said that he had his daughter right next to him. He was on the balcony as the parade went by. And I thought I had it marked on here with the. Oh, he rolled out the new ICBMs that were flight tested in recent months. And the Hwasong 17 and Hwasong 18. So me and William might have to look into that on the next World War III show. All right, so all right, so the answer is for the postage stamp. The postage stamp was Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria. Karen got it. Karen, did you Google that? Or did you look at William's paper again? William, you showing her the answers, not taking them for yourself? All right, next one. The dog's trying so hard to get in. All right, what was the first flavor of Lifesavers? Was it grape? Was it cherry? or was it peppermint? What was the very first flavor of Lifesavers? Was it cherry, grape, or peppermint? Let's see if y'all know that one. Um, I told you about the guys in the big shootout in L.A. Well, now we have a naked lady in San Francisco that's shooting at traffic. What? Okay, the rest of my family and friends have got to get out of California. That's just plain and simple. So there was a naked lady. I bet a lot of people were more laughing until she pulled out a gun and started shooting at them. She opened fire on oncoming traffic in San Francisco. You know, I, I think the zombies woke up, folks. Now they got guns. And, this is just drugs. It's the drugs. Oh, boy. Um, uh, Former Air Force intelligence officers testifies of non-human pilots recovered from crashed craft. This is a UFO thing. Um, and he says there's dozens more that have seen that they've got reports on this. Um, if they're going to tell us, tell us. If they're not, they're not. We can have all the hearings in the world, have all the whistleblowers we want, but until we hear from the government saying it's true, nobody's really going to believe it. And I think this is what he was leading, a lot of the witnesses were leading to. They swear to it, what they've seen, what they've heard, what they've read. But until the government comes out and says it, I think everybody's going to either joke about it, take it too serious, take it kind of seriously, or they're just not going to believe it at all. All right. All right. All right. So the answer for the lifesaver flavor was peppermint. You guys were right. Which country has more tractors per capita? Canada, Iceland, or Japan? I thought it was here. I was like, US. And then I looked at the answer. I said, what? Or I looked at the choices. And I said, what? Well, now I don't have no clue. Is it Canada, Iceland, or Japan that has more tractors per capita? All right. Like I said, with these whistleblowers coming out, and I listened to a little bit of it, and I'm just like, until the government comes out and says something, it's not going to be a fact. And will they lie to us though? I don't want it to be this administration. I think we need to wait until the next administration and see what happens, and then let's hear what they have to say. Because this one here, everything they've said has been a lie. I hate to say it. They won't quit, and you just can't. Even does Biden have a grandchild in Arkansas? No. Oh, well, we do know he has one. Come on. All right. Let's get off the UFOs. Now have you guys went to see The Sound of Freedom? Well, now that movie has come out, and really it was Disney that threw up the sirens on this, and actually was looking into how many kids, the immigrants, or just around the world, kidnappings, or mostly the migrants or the illegals, how many kids under the age of 15 are sex trafficked, and 1 in 3 1 in 3 kids are human trafficked into other countries around the globe. So for every 3 kids, one of them's taken. That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, thank you. You got 3 kids, and one could be taken. I mean, if you got 6, two are going to be taken. This is, and I think Disney was very surprised in this. They're the ones that called for for the answer for the study and investigate this to find out because of this movie, and it's doing very well at the box office. All right, so let's see if all right, so tractors with the tractors, is it Canada, Iceland, or Japan? I got same thing. Um, Linda, it's they're saying the illegals basically 1 in 3, but then when they looked at kidnappings globally, it was the same. So 1 in 3 kids are kidnapped. Okay, but the illegals or the migrants, 1 in 3 are human trafficked. I'm sorry if I confused you. So I got to go back and see who got. Okay, and the answer for the tractors is Iceland. Iceland. Hmm. What's a water moccasin? Oh, you guys are going to get this one. What is a water moccasin often called due to the white inside its mouth? What's a water moccasin often called due to the white inside its mouth? I think y'all are going to get this one. Yeah, Sound of Freedom is it's a true story. I listened to this guy on this about 6 months ago, and I thought how horrible. And because he was on a lot of talk shows trying to get the movie out when Disney had it, and I was like, I don't even know why this movie isn't out there already. And then lo and behold, it finally went out. Um, so. Um, there was we're talking shootouts in LA, but what about a shootout with the cartel? Gunman attack Mexican police at checkpoint near the Texas border, and it ended up part of the border patrol and officers got into it with them. It was a three-way fight. Now I heard this from a friend of mine down in Texas. I was asking him. I said, what do you know about this?" Because he's way down on the border, Brownsville. And he was telling me that the group of cartel terrorists attacked the Mexican police at the checkpoint. And they weren't sure if they were trying to get through or if they had the migrants trying to come through. But then they carried out 4 separate attacks on police forces. And the latest taking on place Tuesday. Um, Now, I know we had 4,000 crash over of illegals, migrants into the country, but this was even before, during, and after when they crashed through. So they are now starting to um, um, have fierce shootouts with not only the Mexican authorities, but even our authorities. So I think this is going to start being a little, what me and William would call a mercenary war, except for it's with the police officers um, and the cartel, police officers with the cartel. This was in Coahuila, um, and it was a fierce shootout near Nuevo Laredo, um, Tem of uh, Tamaulipas, Pedro Beth's probably laughing at me. Piedras Negras and Coahuila. Um, so this is in quite a few different places where they're having these shootouts. So now we're starting to see along the border that these cartels with their guns are going to start shootouts with authorities, and they have our side and Mexican authorities and the Mexican government has turned it over to this administration and said they have not received anything back. So, oh boy. All right, so I think you guys know this one. The answer was Cottonmouth. The answer was Cottonmouth. Okay, which lady? Okay, now listen close. Which lady had a lovely daughter, according to the Herman Hermits? Which lady had a lovely daughter, according to the Herman's Hermits? And I know everybody's singing it right now that know the song. Okay. Um, Now they are warning the biggest U.S. electrical grid operator issues emergency. Um, um, I guess I have. Okay, the biggest U.S. electrical grid operator issues energy emergency alert as temperatures are soaring. Texas, for one, they said they could experience brownouts because they can't keep going like this. Now, if it's overcast or with the storms that's been moving across the south, the solar panels, they claim, and a lot of the wind generators and dry, windless areas aren't going to move. And they say we could experience a lot more power outages in August than we did in July, but it looks like it might be worse in August. And so it said it's part of a early notification system of conditions that may require the use of emergency procedures. So this is the big guns. This is the big government um, energy emergency alert from the government. So it's not just the Weather Channel or nothing. This is the big guys, and they're saying and even this administration has backed it up, saying that yes, there could be brownouts and power outages. Oh boy, I just went through two. I don't need my. It's hot when the house gets hot. So, all right, anybody? I think everybody got this one. Let's see. Um, Sing the song starting. All right. And the answer is Mrs. Brown. You got a lovely daughter. Now, my sister Peggy had that one. I think she had the 45 to that. That's what I know. I knew that one. I was like singing, and what about I'm Henry VIII? I am. I think they did that one too. Um, okay, on to the next one. What did the S stand for in Harry S. Truman's name? What did the S stand for in Harry S. Truman's name? And I think I'm um, uh, China met with Pakistan earlier this month. And now it's been known now that they basically are going to do a 2.4 billion loan for the next 2 years for Pakistan. There's no rhyme or reason for it. China's not saying why, neither is Pakistan. So, William, that might be something me and you look into. You might write it down to check into it for Wednesday or for your Monday show. Um, because now China and Pakistan, is it a bribe for them to get with BRIC or join them on their side against Taiwan and the United States and their allies? Huh. So, what does the S stand for in Harry S. Truman's name? And the answer, and let's see if I think everyone's got this one. The answer is nothing. Was just the letter S. So if you had no S or S, he had no middle name. So you guys, I didn't know that. You guys are smarter than me. Well, I didn't know it. I'm bad at trivia though. All right, on to the next few, the last few. Who had a 70s number one with If You Leave Me Now? Who had the hit song If You Leave Me Now in the 70s? Told you it's a mixed bag of everything tonight. The 8 independent nations. Oh, they are independent nations. So it's well, we're going to have to go over either Monday or on Wednesday. We're going to have to look into why they're starting to give money to all these third world countries. That would be a good topic for the show. Anybody know who had the 70s number one hit with If You Leave Me Now? Okay, and the answer is, did we lose Linda? No, that's not the answer. Chicago. The answer is Chicago. And the next one, which state is called the sunflower state? Also, I think this is the last one. Which state is called the sunflower state? Also, a name of a rock band. They threw the hint on this one. I think this is the very last one, Linda. Which state is called the sunflower state? It's also the name of a rock band. Hmm. And the answer is Kansas. The answer is Kansas. I think everybody got that one. And that is it. That's all, folks. All right. So let's see. We had uh, who do you think won? Okay. More. No, that was it. I ran out. I'd have to pull up and I'm not even sure if anything's going to come up on my computer. For some reason, it's acting weird. Unless it's going to let me. No, it still didn't come up. I don't know why. All right. So, oops. Let's not get rid of you guys. All right. All right, we had Karen with 13, we had Susan with 11, we had Linda with 7, Beth with 12, and William is our winner with 15. Way to go, William, with 15. You got him tonight, William. You skunked him. He's been waiting to skunk y'all. So plug your nose and yeah, William skunked you. All right, folks, you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday, and go watch a great movie tonight. Um, if you get a chance, it's still early. Go see The Sound of Freedom. All right, subscribe and hit the like button and uh, share our trivia. Get more people and come watch our trivia play. We need more players. William needs more competition. So congrats to William. Yeah. You don't think so? Well, I didn't think I messed up your score. I think you got it. You were good. You were hot, hot, hot. You sizzled. All right. So with that, folks, um, you think yeah, I added you wrong. Well, no, I think I'm. Did you keep your? Did what? Did you keep count? Don't give it to Karen. She's like, oh yeah, I'm right behind him. Yeah. I think I added you wrong. I just do little marks. You see Mission Impossible. You know that Mike Pompeo is putting a movie out as something like 66 um, footsteps or something like that. So anyway, folks. So William, you won. Just be happy you won. Give yourself. You and your pup have something like a few extra cookies tonight. So all right. With that, we'll see you all on Monday with William and Justice for All. Um, and William, maybe you'll have some of the stuff I mentioned tonight on your show. And um, nah, yeah, Karen didn't get you. All right, so we will see you all on Monday for William's new show and me and uh, Justice for All. I can't guarantee with Rendy because she's been having some really bad storms. All right, so we will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend and God bless.